Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome to Louisburg College at the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Petey Doris, Craig Green on the call today as we welcome in the Davidson Davie Storm with the 5-4 record, matching up with the Louisburg Hurricanes, who are 6-4. Welcome aboard, Craig.
It's great to be here on this Saturday afternoon, right back here at the Taylor Arena, and of course, the Hurricanes. Coming in with that 6-4 record, as you mentioned, they've been pretty consistent. It's been up and down for them. They started off on a 3-game win streak, lost a couple of ball games, and then they've been basically exchanging wins and losses here since for about the last month. We saw them beat JCC, lose to Forsyth Tech, and then bounce back against Southwest Virginia, a dud against Cleveland Community College, and then they bounced back again, just about a week ago here against Guilford Tech. But today, again, the Storm come in, Petey, and they're a really formidable team. Again, a team that we've seen, run Region 10 over, the last 5, 6, 7 years, if not longer.
Yeah, Davidson Davie, I was talking with assistant coach Josh Allen prior to today's game, and he was saying, it's just, they're young. It's a young program that Coach Matt Ridge has here at Davidson Davie, and, it's just you're going to have to grow and go back to the fundamentals of basketball at this level. It's not the same as high school. When you have 7 freshmen on the roster, that's a lot. Davidson Davie hasn't, their leadership is not the same as it has been in the previous years with players as in the leadership. They haven't lost. Prior to this year, it had been 7 years since they lost a home game, and they got handed to them twice at home this season so far for the Davidson Davie Storm.
Yeah, and again, you talk about the young roster. Again, 7 freshmen on the team. Again, that is very young, and that's growing pains, Petey, that they're going to have to go through. Again, this roster, to quote Stephen A. Smith, they're wet behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac. And, for them to still have a 5-4 record, pretty formidable, but, there's an absolute trend that I see in some of those games that they've won. In those games, they really score at a high clip, and when they lose, they struggle from the field.
In today's game, Davidson Davie averages 87 points per game, shooting a well impressive 46% from the field. Free throws put up about 66%. Their rebounds are holding about 48. They have about 19 assists per game. For the Louisburg Hurricanes, right there with Davidson Davie, averages 86.2 points per game, 46% from the field, 33% from the beyond the arc, 69% from the free throw line. But one thing we've talked about in multiple games here at Louisburg, the issue is crashing the boards.
Absolutely.
They only average 30 rebounds per game.
And when you only get 30 rebounds a game, that means you have to start scoring at a high clip. And in the wins for Louisburg PD, they average 91.6 points per game in games that they've won. And in games that they've lost, they've averaged 77.5. So it's going to be, for them, they're going to have to score the basketball. And then when you look at Davidson Davie on the other side, they average 96 points in games that they've won. But in games that they've lost, they've averaged just 75. So I think the recipe today for the Hurricanes is going to be to take advantage of those high percentage shots you've got. You're going to have to see guys like Donovan Majette knock down those triples when he gets the opportunities. And defensively, you've got to clamp down on the Storm and not let them get loose and get confident.
The Storm will be starting a 6'7" freshman out of Swansboro, North Carolina, along with the experienced 6'6" out of transfer in from Barton. He was on that Barton Division II team last year, and it was loaded with a lot of seniors. So he came back, swallowed his pride, and come back to JUCO and trying to get some minutes. And right now, he's averaging 13.5 points per game, and right at about, he's averaging 7 boards per game.
Yeah, Nigel Howard is a experienced player that could possibly give the Hurricanes some trouble today. Also, you can pair him up again with the 6'7" Tavion Tangiora. That's some size, that's some length, and that's going to be, some trees that the Hurricanes have to navigate around. You have to try to draw those guys out of the paint with guys like Donovan Majette, who can play the 1 through the 5 for the Hurricanes.
You know, as Bagwell always says, we don't really have a big guy, but we need everybody to crash the boards.
Absolutely. Nehemiah McDonald's another player who's capable of that as well. Nehemiah, a 6'7" sophomore, again, another experienced player that we talked about. So the experience of Nigel Howard could be neutralized by the experience and the athleticism and the all-around game of Nehemiah McDonald, Big 24.
All right, we're going to go to the PA for national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roger Taylor Arena on the campus of Louisburg College for men's basketball between Davidson Davie Community College and your Louisburg College Hurricanes. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask now that you please rise and join our players and coaches in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem.
This right here is the final game for Louisburg Hurricanes this semester. Next, the Hurricanes will be on the road for a nice stretch in the month of January, but they'll return home January 8th against Forsyth Community College. We're going to go ahead and go with the starting lineups for the visitors, Craig.
They will start Dane Stewart, the 5'11" guard out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Number 11, KT Tatum, a 6-foot freshman out of Levine Middle College. Jalen Wilkerson, 6'1", 175 out of Kernersville. Number 42, the 6'7" freshman, 240 pounds out of Swansboro, North Carolina, Tavion Tangiora. And at the forward position, 6'6", 185, Sterling, Virginia, number 50, Nigel Howard. They are led by Matt Ridge and assisted by Josh Allen.
For the Louisburg Hurricanes, they'll start 6'5" freshman out of East Wake High School in Raleigh, North Carolina, Donovan Majette, who's averaging 14 points per game for the Hurricanes. They'll start 6'2" freshman out of Durham, Flight 22, Jade Braswell, averaging right at 11 points per game. Number 2, 6'5" freshman out of Roxborough, Southeastern Prep, averaging 16.8 points per game, Isaiah Smith. They'll start 6'3", number 5, freshman out of Greensboro, CPLA High School, averaging right at 7 points per game. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Hurricanes, 6'7", sophomore out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, Pine Forest. Leading away in points for the Hurricanes, Nehemiah McDonald, averaging 16.6 per game.
Again, really important for the Hurricanes, PD, to rebound the basketball this afternoon. If you miss, you need to create a second opportunity. You have to take away those second opportunities for the Storm. And again, the 3-ball can be the way for the Hurricanes today. You don't want to live and die by it, but you have to be in position to crash the boards in case those long-range shots fall awry.
All right, tonight's uniforms, Davidson Davie in the midnight blue, white numbers, Storm across her chest. For tonight's officials, we have Dustin Lee, Tim Lewis, and Michael Glover. 20 minutes on the clock, and Hurricanes break the huddle. The 5-4 Davidson Davie Storm and the 6-4 Louisburg Hurricanes. Nehemiah McDonald will be jumping up against Nigel Howard out of Barton College. Back into JUCO land, and the Hurricanes get the first tip. I love the way Davison Davie always comes in. The bench is electric. We'll see if that can set the pace for the Storm. Driving baseline's cut off, popping out. Nehemiah, baseline, 17-footer. And the Hurricanes get on the board first.
I like that shot selection by Nehemiah McDonald. He passed up the long-range three, found something a little better that worked for him from about 18, 19 feet.
Official. This signal was a 2, so they changed it on the scoreboard. Storm moving the ball around the perimeter. Inside on the mismatch, and the big freshman misses the easy bunny down low.
It's a bullet dodge.
Push the ball out to Majette, and the Hurricanes up to 4-0 over the Storm in the opening 53 ticks.
Tangiora's going to want that one back. He was point blank in front of the rim and missed.
Wilkerson back out to Tatum. Cross court, 3 on the way. You can count it all day for the young man, Jalen Wilkerson. This is going to be interesting how the Hurricanes face. As soon as the Storm typically make a bucket, they immediately get back into a full court press, and the Hurricanes just turn the ball over for the first time. So the Storm will have the ball down by 1.
Can't be sloppy here. You got to maximize every possession if you're the Hurricanes.
Tanzania down low and uses the backboard on that one as he picks up his first bucket.
Yeah, Tangiora is going to be a hard guy to box out for Nehemiah McDonald or for Majette. Got to get in front of him and force him to try to go around you. If he gets a little too physical, they're going to blow the whistle.
Braswell trying to get around his defender. And we got a hook. And Braswell picks up his first foul.
Yeah, he did it not once but twice, Pete. I'm surprised the first time he got away with it. Second time referees called it.
The whistle might not have been in the official's mouth on the first one. I mean, that was pretty obvious what he did. Tatum gives it up, gets it back. Drives, kicks it inside to Tangiora. He hooks him, gets away with it, wraps around layup, and Nehemiah McDonald. The official's going to call it one way. You need to call it 2 ways, as that was obvious on the hook.
Yeah, you and I both saw it. Tangiora got away with one there, but maybe not the next time.
Braswell over to Smith. Got 12 on the shot clock. Knox loses the ball. High post to Smith. Great game last game against Guilford Tech, and he gets started on a 17-footer.
Again, we talked about them taking good shots and high percentage shots, and Hurricanes so far 3 for 3 in that area.
Tatum over to Wilkerson. He's wanting that 3. Steps in, fakes the 3, and goes top of the key. Drive in is Tatum. And move the ball, 11 on the clock. Stewart's air balls and picking it up. Wilkerson with 5 in the team 7.
Yeah, we'll just call that a long pass over the top of the basket.
Beats the shot clock as Smith goes up, and it stays right with the Hurricanes as Braswell is looking right at one of the officials on the baseline like, how is that not a foul?
Well, Braswell actually created the contact. He lowered the shoulder into Stewart, so in my opinion, he was lucky he wasn't called for an offensive foul.
Out to Knox, slipping and stays right on his feet. Smith trying to get away from Wilkerson, pulls up, and the rebound Storm's way. Tatum sprinting down the court, gives it up. Stewart back inside on the mismatch, and we have a foul. We'll give that to Nehemiah McDonald. That's a second team foul, first for Nehemiah.
Again, got tough matchups down low when you're matched up down there against Howard and Tangiora.
Stewart gets the inbound. Trying to get away from his defender. Goes right side to Wilkerson. They wanted to go inside. Nothing was there. And Howard misses the 18-footer.
Yeah, defending Tangiora for McDonald, I think he's better off getting behind him and letting him try to post up.
Nice cut by Smith, who stays right with the Hurricanes.
Because to that point, PD, oftentimes if you let Tangiora get behind you, they can just throw the ball over the top and he's got an easy layup. You got to stay behind him to make sure that doesn't happen.
I want to see if on the defensive side, if Donovan Majette will collapse in on that exact play you just said right there, Craig, on the lob. Nehemiah trying to get away from Tangier. Goes up. Nice try for Nehemiah, but could not convert.
Yeah, good take. Just tough defense that time by Tangier.
Flipping with his assist to Wilkerson, and Wilkerson with 7 of the team's 10, and that's 2 threes. Correction, 8 points. Nehemiah, long range, off the heel. No one claps on the board, but Robbie Knox could have turned around and the ball would have right in his hand in a storm in transition. And Flippin, Cam Flippin picks up his first points off the bench. He's doubled up the Hurricanes here in the first 5 minutes.
I was surprised to see Tangier give that one up. Thought he'd just turn around and maybe baby hook it in.
Majette steps back. 3, no. Storm. And a Storm with a turnover.
Yeah, the pass from Flippin was fine. Just Rue Chapman's feet tiptoed along that baseline, and he was out of bounds. The sideline, that is.
First media timeout, 12-6, 15-13 left. PD Doors, Craig Green here. Hurricanes come out fast. Craig get the first 4 points on the board. Give up the 3 to Wilkerson. That's his first of 2 threes. And it's been all Storm since the 4-3. Storm on a 9-2 run.
Yeah, it's not been the best basketball so far for the Hurricanes. I mean, you know, again, it was 6-5 and they were looking good, but again, 7 straight points for the Davidson Davie Storm. And you know, Hurricanes are going a little cold from the field, but you got to give up give some flowers to Davidson Davie. They played some pretty good defense underneath. I mean, Hurricanes taking some decent shots, they're just not knocking them down.
See Coach Bagwell there talking to his troops, down at 12-6 here, just 4.5 minutes away from today's only game here at Louisburg. Is the women's game was scheduled for today against Guilford Tech at the conclusion of this game, and the women played on Thursday. They're victorious in that game to end the semester for the Lady Hurricanes. Hurricanes move the rotation and bring in James Harris off of the bench as Braden Smith will exit. Mismatch on defense so far as Nigel Howard is up on Braden Smith, the 6'6". Braswell, 3. Cash money all day, baby.
Hurricanes needed that basket badly. Again, you know, they were up 6-5, gave up 7 straight, and a good way to end that run with a 3-ball.
Flipping gives it up. Wilkerson backdoor and a 2-handed slam for Lauer.
Nobody saw Lowry going backdoor, and he just walked right in and dunked it.
Braswell trying to get away from Wilkerson. Nehemiah slips, stays with it, stays on his feet, and goes up strong on the right side.
Actually, that was Howard that slipped, and that allowed McDonald to get past him a little bit and create a mismatch down low for himself.
It was so funny. It was Nehemiah slipped first, and Howard slipped second, and Nehemiah saw that both of them slipped. And I tell you, up by the logo there, a couple players has already slipped. Knox slipped about 2.5 minutes ago, so they need to watch the moisture at the logo. 3-point game from Louisburg. Nehemiah goes around the screen, goes up, and they're letting him play as Nehemiah hit the floor pretty hard. No whistle was blown. Wilkerson gives it up. Lowerly. Baseline's cut off, and Knox with his first foul for the Hurricanes, 3rd team foul, and opening 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, you don't want to take a chance with him running the baseline there and getting another dunk, so I don't mind that foul that time on Lowry.
Flipping checks in for Wilkerson. And also back in the game is Tangier. Flipping, gives it up. Ingram lobs it inside on the mismatch.
The
Double team, claps, throws his elbow and turns it over.
Great
Davidson
defense by the
Davies'
Hurricanes.
second turnover.
Absolutely great defense by the Hurricanes. PD that time knew exactly what to do in that instance. Collapsed on the big man.
Brown tries to feed Knox. It's off of the Storm. Hurricanes ball. Nehemiah McDonald will have exit along with James Harris. Majette off of the inbound. 3, good. We're tied at 14.
I thought it was forced a little bit, but excuse me, Mr. Majette. Go ahead and do your thing, sir.
Hurricanes on a current 8-2 run. Clapson on defense. Great defense by the Hurricanes.
Nobody had Howard on the back door.
And in and out. Nice look for Ingram. Smith gives it up. Majette, can he make 3 in a row? No. Hurricanes need to crash the board as Stewart stopped at the timeline.
Knots against Howard is a tough matchup for the Hurricanes, if you ask me.
Majette.
Oh.
Saw a Hurricane in front of him, but turns it over. Baselines. And there's a great take by Lauer. Straight to the hole to put the man on the poster, but the ball in and out, and it falls through. So the bucket is good for Lauer. That's 4 points, and both of them were 2 dunks.
Yeah, Lowry tried to dunk it over Hodges that time. Hodges was able to jump with him. You know, again, Lowry's 6'4", and Hodges 6'3", and they both skied up there. And again, Lowry won the battle in the air that time.
3-point play. Brown finds Knox. Knox driving, kicking it. Hodges for 3.
Great look. Wide open.
Had a nice opportunity there for Hodges, but camping out and going up strong was Lowry. It's 5 straight points for the young man.
He's more than halfway to his season average. Storm don't like the call. They said it was off of Ingram, but they're contesting, but it's going to be Hurricanes ball.
You hear Matt Ridge talking to the officials on the baseline. And if you're looking to support the Hurricanes this season, go ahead and scan that QR code on the bottom right or text Roll Canes to 44321 to give today. Help us keep the stream free for the Hurricane fans. Thank you for supporting Louisburg College Athletics. Craig, both teams have been on runs so far in this, the first 5 minutes it was 9-2 Davidson Davie. Then the next 3.5 minutes it was the Hurricanes on an 8-2 run. They knotted at 14. And right now, we're on a 5-0 run for Davidson Davie.
Basketball's a game of runs, and we're seeing it early on. I mean, we're not even halfway through the first half, and each team has had a good little chunk of the first half to their to where they've had the advantage. And right now, it's teeter-tottering back and forth, but we're going to see who's going to be more consistent as the game goes on. Louisburg, I think for them, they just got to knock down these open shots. When you get these opportunities, you got to make these baskets. Again, we talked about them averaging just 71 points in loss, 77 points in the losses, and 91.6 in wins. And right now, they're on pace to hit their average when they lose. So they've got to pick up the offense.
Louisburg back to the court after the timeout. Last time they were in this predicament, they come out and hit a 3 to get within 3. Brown comes right into Hodges. Got Braden Smith, Donovan Majette, along with
Cam
Barnes. Cam won it at 3. We got 3 on the shot clock. Smith, and a good at the buzzer.
just in the nick of time, Isaiah Smith was able to knock down the triple as that shot clock expired.
Tatum gives it up to Wilkerson. Great defense by Isaiah Smith. Wilkerson picking up his dribble, backdoor, and finds Lowerly, and they go back out. 10 on the shot clock. Baseline's cut off. Double teamed and going up and threading the needle for Nigel Howard for 2.
Hurricanes made him work for that one. The shot clock got down to 3 before Howard was able to get free and knock it and make the layup.
It's a great pass by KT Tatum. We got an offensive foul on Isaiah Smith. That's his first. We got Braswell, Smith, Knox, and Nehemiah McDonald all with fouls for the Hurricanes.
Smith extended the elbow that time, pushed off, and he was caught. Just a testament to the defense that Davidson Davie's playing. You know, Hurricanes players offensively having to be physical to clear space.
Down low and following his shot with Nigel Howard, and he stays with it, gets 2 opportunities to connect with 2.
Cannot give up multiple chances, especially when you got the law firm of Tangiora and Howard down low in the game together.
As Hodges picks up his dribble. Cameron Barnes, elbows, fouled, and he'll shoot 2. You see Coach Matt Ridge frustrated with this player. It's a stupid foul.
Yeah, that was a really tough shot that time by Barnes.
And Barnes makes the first. Cameron Barnes, it's his 7th free throw of the season. Four for 7, make it 5 for 8.
Free throws are going to be huge in today's game, again, against a team like Davidson Davie who's so disciplined, even with such a young ball club.
Nearly turns it over as Tatum finds Wilkerson. Hurricanes collapse. And we have a foul on Braswell. That's his 2nd. Not sure why he didn't get a jump ball.
It's tough luck that time, I guess. He was surrounded by Smith and by Braswell, and they couldn't get the steal, but they did make things very, very difficult. Now 20 on the shot clock for Davidson Davie.
Tangiora gives it up. And Lauer spin around and baselines. Wide open for him.
Yeah, he leads the team with 9 points now. Canal Lowry after that fadeaway.
Smith drives and draws the foul. Get a foul.
Yeah, Tangiora that time. He drew the unlucky number that time, PD. And also a fortunate call, I think. The whistle blew, you know, a couple seconds after Smith let it go.
Isaiah Smith, a 66% free throw shooter on the season, makes the first. Smith, perfect on that trip. Hurricanes within 2 field goals here with 9:20 left.
And 4 for 4 from the line so far.
Moving the ball around the perimeter, waiting for something to open up down low. The 15-footers off the mark, nothing but White underneath to get the rebound. Isaiah Smith, Euro step, got away with a travel, but picks up 2.
You could hear the Storm's bench yelling it out as he's in the middle of the Euro step. Oh, man.
Right off his leg and right in the hands of Nigel Howard for 2.
Isaiah's going to want that one back.
Opportunity for the Hurricanes, a tie on that turnover. Knox to Majette. Driving. Wanting to kick it over to Smith and to get it to Smith. Step back three. And Nehemiah is pushed from behind. But the ball was an air ball, so they'll call no foul.
I'd love to see a give and go that time. You know, when they're kind of weaving in and out like that, each time they've done that, like with Smith and Howard have done that, Petey, one of them has come free because both Storm defenders are collapsing on the ball handler. Now, I would like to see them do that same thing, but then make a quick pass to their teammate to get an open look.
They break to full court press. Stewart over to Flippy. Stewart holds the ball over his head on the left wing. Lobs it in on mismatch, and Tanginora stays with it and gives it up. And as Dane Stewart is drilled hard as he went up with a layup. He'll shoot two. But after the media timeout, 7:57 left. You're listening to Louisburg Sports Network, presented by High Level Media, 27-23.
At Cardinal Family Dentistry, we're committed to providing exceptional dental care for patients of all ages in a warm, welcoming environment. From preventive cleanings to advanced restorative and cosmetic treatments, our experienced team is here to help you achieve a healthy, confident smile. We combine state-of-the-art technology with a personalized approach, ensuring your comfort and care come first. Visit cardinalfamilydentistry.com today.
Enjoying the game? You can help keep Hurricanes broadcasts free for everyone by making a quick gift to Louisburg College Athletics. Just scan the QR code on your screen. Every donation makes a difference.
Welcome back inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Petey Norris, Craig Green here, 7:57 left, 27-23. Louisburg trails Davidson Davie Storm. Hurricanes need to watch out for foul trouble, Craig, with two players with two fouls, Jade Braswell and Robbie Knox picking up that last foul. But Nehemiah McDonald and Isaiah Smith both with one.
And more importantly, PD, now Davidson Davie is going to be in the in the bonus here. They're shooting 1-1 right now. That was the seventh foul on Davidson Davie, so they're going to be going to the line here. Pretty much everything on every foul going forward here for the last 8 minutes of the first half. Hurricanes have to do a little bit better job defensively, try to play a little cleaner.
Makes the first free throw. And a 5-point game. And Stewart is 70% free throw shooter on the season, made 23 this year out of 32. Knox goes around and Nehemiah screen. Smith over to Knox. 14 on the shot clock. Trying to get away, kicks it to the corner. Nehemiah for three. No, right through the hands of Hodges. And it stays right with the Hurricanes.
Great look that time on the shot by McDonald. But again, I said it before, say it again, got to knock them down when you get those open looks.
Knox will bring it in from the baseline. Coming to Nehemiah. High post to Knox. Gives it up to Smith. Step back, mid-range. No good. Right in hands of the Storm. Stewart sprint down the court, gives it up. And move it around.
Good defense.
Hodges staying right with the Storm.
I think that's a tough matchup for Tangiora, honestly, to be honest with you. Tough matchup because, and the reason why is because
size-wise.
Well, height is in favor of Tangiora, but athleticism and the want to is in favor right now of Christian Hodges. Last time we saw Hodges, he was on fire. Hodges has been, a real bright spot, since returning from injury.
Lavelle comes in for the Hurricanes on the dead ball. Straight to the hole and couldn't get a call. Foul was Hodges, but Smith picks up 2.
Yeah, lots of contact. We're seeing the referees kind of let some of it go. And some of it, they're not letting go.
Nice pass down low. And camping out on that left block was Ingram. Picks up his first bucket.
Well, I'm not sure exactly why McDonald left him there. He just went up top to front the ball handler, and Ingram said, "Thank you very much."
Switching hands, Smith with an opportunity to make it a 3-point play and get within 1 possession.
Ingram giveth and Ingram taketh away, as he got the basket last time and then commits the foul on the end one. And now Smith going to the line looking for point number 14. Looking at the team foul speed, it's only 4 on Davidson Davie right now. They're a little bit more disciplined here defensively than the Hurricanes are.
This is the easy bunny, but Nehemiah gets a rebound, and he is fouled immediately. And Adrian Mays picks up the first foul.
Again, just a lot of want-to that time by McDonald to jump up there, grab the rebound, and keep the possession alive for the Hurricanes.
6:08 left. Nehemiah misses for the Hurricanes. Nehemiah McDonald leads away with 16 points per game, and Hodges gets an offensive board and a putback, and Hodges gets them within 2.
Talk about crashing the boards and making those possessions count, giving your team second chances. Hurricanes trail by 2 because of it. Make it 4.
They're flipping. Brown listening to Coach Bagwell. Gives it up to Isaiah Smith. Smith driving on Stewart and turn around and puts one right in his face.
Smith catching fire so far this first half. He's got 15. He's got half the points of the Hurricanes.
Flipping. Gives it up to Lauer. Tanginora going back door, and the Hurricanes getting a turnover.
Good
with
defense.
the chance to take the lead, or at least tie it at minimum.
Julian Lavelle put his hand in there and knocked that pass away.
Smith leaves it on the rim, falls right in the hands of Mays, but the Hurricanes steal, and it gets the whistle. You can see the frustration setting in on the bench of the Storm. The Hurricanes getting plenty of opportunities.
That's just great effort that time. I mean, the effort by the Hurricanes here on the offensive glass has really been something fun to watch. I mean, they've been fighting hard trying to give themselves.
They've grown on that all season.
Yeah, and again, just extra effort that time by Torrey Brown, and that's why he's at the line for 2.
Torrey Brown makes the first. Brown's only shot 11 free throws this season.
Yeah, he's made him count. 7 for 11. Slurpee sounds good right now. Speaking of 7-11.
One of them strawberry Slurpees get us through the second half here.
Mango lemonade for me.
Missing a free throw, chasing down a long rebound was KT Tatum. Got a 1-point game. Lowry looking inside, nothing was there. Moved the ball. Back out. Wilkerson, baseline with 9. Flushes it home.
Really good patience by Davidson Davie that time to find the open guy, and Wilkerson got a good look and he knocked it down.
Brown waiting for someone to move. Takes Wilkerson all the way across the key. Majette driving, stopping, mid-range. Hodges with the rebound, and it stays right with the Hurricanes as off the hands of KT Tatum.
You have Tatum in the area as well as Lowry as well down there. But, Davidson Davie's got a lot of size. They just brought in 6'8" Dylan Coos as well from out of Apex.
Brown comes into Lavelle. He wanted at 3, driving on Coos. And he gets a little baby hook, back to a 1-point game.
Great take by Julian that time. Was able to get Lowry one-on-one, came across his face, made the nice, easy bucket right there in the restricted area.
Lob pass inside to Howard, and he makes an and one, and Majette with the foul.
You got to get behind these guys, and they're going to give it to Brown. But you got to get behind them. Don't let them front you and get the basketball.
37-34, pending the 3-point play, be a 2-possession game for the Hurricanes with 16 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock.
It's been a really good game so far this first half. I mean, the Hurricanes have picked up the pace. They're, so has Davidson Davie. We talked about where they were sitting at, when it comes to their wins and losses and point average. But the Hurricanes are finding some buckets here and there. They're knocking down some up until the last 3 free throws, they were knocking some down. But, they've slowed down Davidson Davie enough here to where this is each possession is super duper important. Again, we've seen each team force turnovers and turn them into points. Can the Hurricanes do the same thing here?
See Coach Matt Ridge for the Storm, frustrated with a little aggression over there with his players. They're not playing what he expects, how he expects them to play.
Right, and Matt Ridge is going to coach it all the way from minute 1 to minute 40 and beyond. Again, someone with the pedigree, the dynasty that Davidson Davie has built, he's always going to be in it till the final buzzer, and he's going to coach his team like every game is the last one of the season.
37-34. Nigel Howard will shoot it. 1 free throw. Howard with 8 points. This is his first free throw tonight.
Howard is exceptional at the line right now. Coming into the game, PD, 16 of 17. Announcer's jinx.
And a long rebound goes to Majette. Brown brings it up for the Hurricanes. It's in a tight man defense from the Storm. Storm up by 3. Hurricanes with the chance to tie with a 3-point play. Lavelle holds the ball over his head, waiting for someone to move. No one moves. He puts it on the floor, kicks it to Nehemiah, and he ties it up at 37.
That was a gritty, tough shot that time by Nehemiah. But then, unfortunately for the Hurricanes, Speedy, they don't get back down on defense, and Tangiora gets an easy layup.
It's hard to run with the Storm, but you've showed so far the grit that you give so far, and you're 1 bucket away.
No.
Majette with 13. Nehemiah. Second 3 does not fall as it hits the wire above the backboard. 2:48 left. 1 possession game, and Isaiah Smith back in the game as he comes back in for James Harris. Hurricanes will set up in a full court press. They'll get it cross court to Wilkerson, and he'll sprint down, use the window, and picks up 2.
Yeah, Wilkerson was hauling it down the court, very speedy, and was able to get himself a good position there around 12 feet away and knock it off the glass and put it in.
4-point lead inside of 3 minutes. Brown guarded tightly by Tatum with 12 on the shot clock. We got a timeout. Coach Bagwell with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Coach Bagwell needs to draw up a quick play right here. Craig, if you're inside the huddle with Coach Bagwell, what are you saying to your players right now?
2 words: ball tempo. Move the basketball. Move your feet. Create mismatches for yourselves. Don't stand still and wait for the ball to come to you. You've got to move, and you've got to make the Storm move with you. And if you can find someone who is just a step behind you, guess what? You're open. You're going to make an easy basket.
And you got to take, right now you're down by 4. You don't need a 3. You might want a 3, but you got to take a higher percentage shot. You have to pound the baseline.
Yeah, whatever the easiest shot you can find. I mean, the number one thing I've seen that's worked today so far is Isaiah Smith from inside about 12 feet. Right there from the C and Canes, he's knocked down at least 4 buckets so far this first half, and he's got 15. He's your hot hand. I find Isaiah Smith right here, right now.
Lavelle will bring it in on the sideline opposite of the bench for the Hurricanes.
Hodges back in too.
Lavelle finds Brown. Brown driving, contested, and makes it off the backboard. Great take by Brown over to Storm.
And he flexed on him to let him know.
Don't mismatch on my size, buddy. Wilkerson warning the ball, gives it up. And the Hurricanes could not wrap up the rebound. Back inside, a hook. Gets away with the hook and gets 2.
Well, that time, yeah, mouse in the house. It was Torrey Brown got caught that time against Tangiora.
Tangiora put his arm right around him.
Yeah, 6'7", hooking a guy who's 6 feet tall.
Smith warning Wilkerson all day. He could not connect. Wilkerson, long rebound.
Tough basket that time.
Wilkerson driving, drops the elbow, and is off of the foot, they're saying. So it is Davidson Davie's ball.
Good defense, nevertheless. I mean, to prevent them from getting a shot off without fouling.
So Davidson Davie will come into play from their baseline with 24 ticks on the shot clock.
Shout out to Avon Thomas getting us right there in the action.
He's won that 3, but he give it up. Lob it inside. The big man reverse layup, and you can count it all day.
Tangiora is becoming a problem. He's starting to grow into the game a little bit here. And again, Torrey Brown, the mouse in the house, caught down low in the mismatch.
Tangiora will go to the line to shoot 2, the freshman. 6'7", makes it. The Hurricanes will bring it up.
Final minute,
Down
Petey.
by 7.
It's the final minute. Let's see how the Hurricanes finish it out, close it out.
Hodges gives it up. 3 on the way, too hard. No one crashed the boards. The Storm getting a rebound and a foul immediately.
It was Torrey Brown a little too aggressive. 3 fouls now on Torrey.
(46-39). Lowry, a 56% free throw shooter on the season. Prior to this game, he's 14 for 25 with the miss there. And wraps that one all the way around the rim before it falls through. Got a 9-point game.
Hurricanes could go 2 for 1, Pete, if they move the ball a little quickly here. Try to get a shot off here within about 10 seconds. And they could perhaps get the ball back themselves here for one final look at the buzzer.
Trying to get the clock right here. (30) 47-39.
This could be it for the Hurricanes. They're taking their time.
Nehemiah for 3. Boxing out down low with Stewart.
Now it looks like Matt Ridge is going to tell them to pull back and take the final shot here, Petey.
Tatum, double teamed, gives it up. Stewart wanted that 3, but heard Coach Matt Ridge say no. With 6 seconds, Wilkerson from the corner, no. Rebound Nehemiah. And Hurricanes go to the half.
Oh,
And the shot was
good
made,
gravy.
but it doesn't count for Torrey Brown. But it was a heck of a shot. Too bad it didn't count. 47-39 at the break. When we come back, we'll get a quick word from Coach Bagwell of the Hurricanes, see what he's drawn up here in the halftime to tame the storm.
At Cardinal Family Dentistry, we're committed to providing exceptional dental care for patients of all ages in a warm, welcoming environment. From preventive cleanings to advanced restorative and cosmetic treatments, our experienced team is here to help you achieve a healthy, confident smile. We combine state-of-the-art technology with a personalized approach, ensuring your comfort and care come first. Visit cardinalfamilydentistry.com today.
At Empire Eats Catering, we turn your events into unforgettable experiences. From intimate gatherings to grand celebrations, we deliver expertly crafted menus that impress and delight. Our culinary team brings passion and precision to every dish, combining fresh ingredients with bold flavors to match your unique vision. Whether it's a corporate event, wedding, or special occasion, Empire Eats Catering is your partner in creating exceptional moments. Visit empireeatscatering.com today to start planning your next event with us.
Enjoying the game? You can help keep Hurricanes broadcasts free for everyone by making a quick gift to Louisburg College Athletics. Just scan the QR code on your screen. Every donation makes a difference.
gonna do? I don't depend on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you. Don't need nothing on you.
Louisburg College PD North's Craig Green here. Today's matchup, 47-39, the final 3:44 in the first half. Davidson Davie went on a 47-39, a 10-2 run. Craig's courtside. We'll take it to Craig. Craig, take it away. All right, we're having some technical difficulties there with Craig, and we're just about to get underway here. Half is closing out, 47-39. Oh, the Davidson Davie Storm leads the way against the Hurricanes. We're just about underway here, Craig. Hurricanes need to crash the boards here and get in ahead of Tangiora.
Absolutely. Again, we talked about the positioning that you got to have when you defend against guys like Howard and Tangiora. We'll see if there's any adjustments coming out of the break here, how you defend against 42 and 50.
Storm with the ball to start the half, leading 47-39. Tatum driving baseline, wraps around, and the Hurricanes getting a rebound falls right through the hands of Tangiora.
Great job by McDonald to box him out, though, that time. Still wasn't crazy about the defense against him, but they boxed him out, were able to get the rebound and make Davidson Davie go 1 and out.
Smith inside to Knox, and Knox picks up 2 for the Hurricanes.
And that's his first 2 of the ball game, too. And a great position by Robbie Knotts that time to use his body to be able to get in good position to make that basket.
Tatum stands guarded tightly by Braswell. Tangiora to the corner. Tatum switches hands. Tangiora with the rebound. It goes up. Kiss off the window. We get a foul. Called a foul on Donovan. No.
I'm going to give it to Nehemiah. I didn't see it there. I mean, I heard the slap of the basketball. Didn't see much body contact, but again, we didn't see it here, but the referees did.
Nehemiah McDonald with the second. Tangiora makes the first. Just 56 seconds off the clock. And an 8-point lead.
Tangiora in the first half, Petey, only 7 points, but he had a big impact on the game.
Definitely on the rebounding side is Majette overshoots the rim. Here come the Storm sprinting in the front court. Lobs it up. And Nigel Howard picks up 2.
Now the Storm starting to feed each other and find their playmakers in positions to make plays.
It's the biggest lead for the Storm tonight. Braswell nearly gets an offensive foul, and Knox is stripped. They'll get a foul to Dane Stewart.
Hurricanes can't afford to fall behind any further right now, Petey. Again, they were down by 8 at the half, down by 10 right now.
Nehemiah gets a lob from Braswell. Put it on the floor, kick it. Smith wide open, and we got an offensive foul off the ball. Nehemiah McDonald, that's his third.
Just out of control, ran over the defender standing in the restricted area.
That's the third foul on Nehemiah. McDonald with just 7 points today, 3 fouls.
Torrey Brown also with 3 for the Hurricanes.
Stewart driving, saw the right opportunity to go and force Nehemiah if he's going to let him go or just get the 4th foul.
Yeah, Dane Stewart used his speed and was able to get around the defense and pretty much found himself wide open underneath the basket.
Knotts holds, gives it out to Majette. 1 dribble over to Braswell. With 11 on the shot clock, Braswell against Trees, lobs it in, and we've got a foul. And that's a second foul on Dane Stewart here in the half.
More importantly, Petey, it's going to send Braswell to the line for 2. Again, points with the clock stopped. We talked about it before. When you're trailing, it's going to be the best friend of the Hurricanes if they can convert.
Braswell only missed 5 free throws all year. He's 27 for 32. Hurricanes down by 11. Braswell makes both.
Hurricanes 7 of 10 in the game so far from the charity stripe.
Nehemiah trying to get defense on Tangiora. Tangiora intercepted by Nehemiah.
Great defense that time.
Especially with 3 fouls, hustling and bustling with the big body.
You got the position and the footwork by McDonald, something to cherish there.
Braswell saw a ghost on the pass. KT Tatum goes up, splits the Trees. Nehemiah with the rebound, but it turns it over to Stewart, and he picks up 2.
Yeah, Dane Stewart just out-fought McDonald that time for the basketball. Really kind of unfortunate for Nehemiah, who just, the positioning when he landed wasn't a favorable spot.
Braswell stops, goes to Knox in the corner. Doesn't fall. Majette with the rebound and a putback.
Great defense, or a great offense that time by the Hurricanes. Keep the possession alive. Majette gets an easy layup, and then Coach Bagwell wants to talk it over to think up some defense here.
Easy 3 minutes and 15 seconds away here. Teams come out a whole lot quicker here in this half than they did in the first half, but the Hurricanes down by 8 at halftime. down by 10 now, bucket for bucket so far with the Storm. But, Nehemiah with 3 fouls is not going to help for the rest of the game.
Correct. And also, again, we were wondering about the shot selection of the Hurricanes and just trying to defend against guys like Tangiora and Howard. I thought those were going to be big keys for them. And here we go, finding themselves now in the huddle, writing up something here to try to get a stop defensively. I think it starts again with the positioning of yourself when you're trying to defend against 42 or 50. If you are standing in front of them trying to intercept the pass, they're going to lob it over your head and get an easy cherry-picking layup. You got to kind of stand behind them, and it's really more like a pick your poison, because if you stand behind them, then you take a chance of getting pushed underneath the basket and posted up on. So really it's going to be something intricate here that the Hurricanes have to do to try to take these guys out of the paint.
Like you said right there, we have to figure out a way to get behind and in front of Tangiora. We got Nehemiah McDonald with 3 fouls, Robbie Knox with 2, Donovan Midget with 2. So the 3 players that could bang body for body with him is in foul trouble right now, and that's what exactly Coach Matt Ridge is, you can see what he's drawn up right here.
Yeah, I think zone defense might be the best way to do it. We've seen them run defenders at Tangiora, one from the front, one from the back, and kind of bracket him. That could be the play in motion here as well.
Wilkerson picks up his dribble, finds Tangiora.
Way away from the basket.
Howard putting it on the floor on Robbie Knox. Hooking Robbie Knox, but puts up the shot. There to pick it up is Isaiah Smith.
Much better defense that time by the Hurricanes. But also kind of wondering why head coach Matt Ridge didn't just camp his 2 big guys down low.
Smith, Knox, all alone for the corner, and it's good.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Hurricanes, a stop and a bucket.
Robbie Knox with 5 points here in the second half in the first 4 minutes. Tangiora gives it up to Tatum. Goes around and drops it off to Tangiora, and he picks up easy bunny, just like you're saying. Going to find a wide open opportunity, and no one could have collapsed on defense because both of the players right there were in foul trouble.
Well, it started with a great screen by Tangiora. He freed himself up, and they found him on the way to the basket and won.
Braswell goes back the other way and picks up 2 points for the Hurricanes with an opportunity for a 3-point play. We got a media timeout. 15:35 left. Next up for the Hurricanes, be on the road in the month of January with not a lot of home games. They return back home January 8th as they match up against Forsyth Technical Community College. They start the new physical year off on January 5th against Central Carolina. Then they home against Forsyth, and then back to College of Southern Maryland. And then they match up with Pitt on the 15th at Pitt, and then at Johnson Community College on the 17th. Hurricanes, so far this season, at home, they are 5-2. On the road, they're 1-2.
5 of 6. 5 of the next 6 games, Petey, on the road. Again, the game against Richard Bland has been postponed for this Monday. But again, they have to take the floor right again this Wednesday night. And then, just like you said, they have to go down there towards Sanford and Harnett County to play against Central Carolina Community College. Forsyth Tech has been ripping it up this season. Again, the Hawks of Southern Maryland. Again, a definite test on the road there. And then you got to take on the Bulldogs in Greenville. I just saw Pitt Community College the other day. They looked pretty good against Johnson Community College against them. And then, speaking of JCC, the rematch in Smithfield about a month from today.
10 in the next 12 on the road for Coach Bagwell and the Hurricanes. Braswell converts a 3-point play, down by 6.
Can the Hurricanes do it again, Petey? Get a stop, get a bucket.
Wilkerson over Loward. Looking inside, goes left wing, popping out. Inside, Tangiora lays it off the backboard.
Yeah, they're finding ways to free him up. And then they tried the full court press coming out of the
Made bucket, and Wilkerson picks up the foul. Harris gets it in to Braswell.
Looking to see Hurricanes move without the basketball here.
Majette for three, and it's ice buckets.
When he's open and he gets to look, especially right there from the wing, he's going to knock it down.
11-6 run for the Hurricanes in the last 2.5 minutes. Lowerly to Tangiora. Backdoor, nice feed, and a nice sky rainbow shot for Wilkerson.
And good defense that time by Majette. Not much more he could do on that attempt there. He had a hand right in the face and was high in the air trying to defend that shot.
Braswell, southpaw mid-range off the mark. Wilkerson with the rebound.
Again, shot selection for the Hurricanes, not bad, just not converting when they need them.
Ingram holds, finds Tangiora, puts it on the floor. And Ingram straight to the cup, misses. Knox with the rebound.
Knox, Majette, and also Hodges there to defend that time. Great team defense by Louisburg College. Sloppy foul that time by Wilkerson.
On the reach. It's a lazy way, as you can hear Coach Matt Ridge on the sideline, frustrated with the foul. Like he says, lazy way. Knox will inbound it for the Hurricane.
Hurricanes, now they got, you can remember, Tangiora, Howard in the game together now. Got a big problem if you're the Hurricanes trying to defend against these guys when they get back on offense.
The Hurricanes has Hodges in there also. And Tangiora with the fouled Hodges, and Hodges head to the line to shoot two.
That's a tough matchup for Tangiora defensively. Again, Christian Hodges, I mean, you know, he's listed at 6'3", but he plays like he's 6'6", 6'7". And again, he's athletic, he's strong, he's thick, and I think he can really put the body on a bigger player like a Tangiora.
Hodges comes in this game 50% on the season from the charity stripe, makes the first. Both on that trip, Coach Bagwell and the Hurricanes. Down by 5, 61-56. Braswell exits as Brown checks in.
Torrey's got to be careful, Petey. He's got 3.
Tangiora guarded tightly by Hodges. And
now he's got 4.
Torrey trying to hand check.
He's got Coach Bagwell looking at his bench already. He just put him in.
Stewart lobs it over to Tangiora. Gets a little bunny on Hodges.
But you know what, though? I don't mind that defense. That's just a tough shot that time by Tangiora. Hodges did just about everything right on that exchange. He just couldn't prevent him from making the basket.
Smith kicking it. Majette in the corner. In and out, but right there to clean it up. As he flexes coming down the court on Tangiora, Hodges picks up 2.
All right, Christian, now you got to get a stop here, my friend.
Stewart goes to Tangiora.
They're trying to draw switches to get Hodges off of Tangiora.
Corner, Stewart. No. Big rebound down low by Ingram, and shots blocked by Majette. Hurricanes Knox clears it out. 104 going up and is blocked by Tangiora, but he stepped right on the baseline.
It's a fantastic defensive play by Tangiora, falling away from the action and still able to stick a big paw up there and block the shot.
Barnes and Nehemiah checks in as Majette and Knox will exit for the Hurricanes. Brown will come into Cameron Barnes. Picks up the dribble, nearly too far from the goal, but Isaiah Smith, 15-footer, and he's fouled. He'll give the foul to KT Tatum. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, that shot, you know, not the greatest shot by Smith, but it was enough to draw a foul.
Need to score right here with the clock stopped with 12:26.
Still anybody's ball game too, Petey. I mean, you know, the 10-point deficit has been trimmed down to 5, and the Hurricanes right now, just like you said, can get it within 1 possession here if Isaiah can convert these 2 freebies.
Hurricanes on a 20-15 advantage here in the second half. Misses the opportunity, and Hurricanes get a rebound. Nehemiah goes up, and he is fouled. He'll shoot 2. They give that to Howard on the foul. Tangiora favoring that right shoulder.
I think that could be why you've got Coos getting ready to come into the game for the Storm too. He's at the table waiting to check in.
He checks in as
yeah, he's going immediately over towards the trainers and away from the bench. You're going to look at his right shoulder, so hopefully Tangiora will be all right.
got a 2-point game, 63-61.
Got to admire the fight of the Hurricanes here. They're able to, again, trim that lead, that deficit all the way down from 8 to 2.
KT, Tatum, and a shot and a loose ball, and Tatum comes out with it. And Brown gets the foul.
Yeah, if that's on Torrey, that's 5, and he's gone.
That's exactly who they call that on.
Yep, he is out. So PD is going to finish with 3 points in the game. And you're going to miss Torrey Brown. That's a ball handler that you're not going to have for the last 12 minutes exactly of regulation.
You know, fouling out early and with 12 minutes to go, and you didn't start a lot of, you know, you could just see the defense that Torrey Brown came out with right out the gate. He picked up 2 fouls in the first half, goes into halftime with 3, and now he exits with just only 4 minutes off the clock here of play in the second half.
And a couple of those fouls, too, he got caught up in switches having to defend against guys like Tangiora and Howard, too. You know, we talked about the mouse in the house situation earlier on in the first half, and that was 1 or 2 of the fouls that Torrey drew. But again, he'll be a bystander on the bench watching here as the Hurricanes play the final 12 minutes without him.
63-61, Hurricanes outscoring the Davidson Davie Storm here in the second half, 22-5.
It's been a really good
22-15, sorry.
I was going to say 22-5 would be, yeah, Hurricanes would like that scoreline.
Full cell math.
Right. Hey, no worries. It's early today. But the Hurricanes, again, they've fought hard, PD, again, to erase a lot of this deficit and fight their way back into this game. Now, can they withstand a couple free throws here from KT Tatum?
Tatum only attempted 6 free throws all season. He started 3 games for the Storm and played in all 9. Misses with an opportunity to pick up his first point on that last bucket.
Got to box out Shiona, Tangiora, and Howard here.
Cuse exits.
Yeah, it looks like Tangiora's back.
Tangiora and Howard down low. That's the first bucket. And a 3-point advantage Storm's way. Nehemiah had Cameron Barnes cutting, slashing through the paint. Braswell and one. As Dane Stewart looks to the sideline with one hand up. Great defense, but got a little knock on the wrist. And the Hurricanes with a chance to tie the game at 64.
Dane Stewart sitting on 4 fouls now. He is going to have to be careful. Again, you may see Matt Ridge pull him out of the ballgame, and he will. He's going to take a seat to try to preserve that 5th and final foul.
With a rotation with Wilkerson coming in, I'd rather have Stewart in there. We're tied at 64 and 11:44 left. Wilkerson gives it up to Howard. Tangiora. Backdoor. And going up strong on the reverse time was Lowry.
Yeah, Lowry put the moves on Cam Barnes that time and was able to get past him.
Size advantage going to the Storm, but Braswell hits the three. Hurricanes with a 1-point lead with 11:11 left. Make a wish. Howard, 15-footer off the mark. Big rebound for Cameron Barnes.
Gotta knock down the shots when you got the opportunities here, PD. That deficit from halftime has been erased.
Smith over to Nehemiah. Flashing through the paint was in and out for Christian Hodges.
Had a great look,
Great
too,
look.
from the wing.
Tatum directed traffic for the Storm. Popping out is Howard. Over to Wilkerson. Guarded tightly by Smith. KT puts it on the floor, drops it off to who else but Tangiora.
Yeah, and Tangiora now, he's the leading scorer today for the Storm. PD, he's up to 17. Again, looking like that right shoulder is doing just fine.
Nehemiah sets the screen. Braswell for three. All day, every day. 2 in a row, and Hurricanes back up by 2.
The sweet stroke from beyond the arc. Jade Braswell, another triple here for the Hurricanes.
Wilkerson looking inside to Tangiora. Goes back out to Lowry. Howard puts it on the floor. Double teamed, and it's off of the leg of Nehemiah McDonald. And will stay right here with the Storm.
And they only have 11 on the shot clock, too. Great defense by the Hurricanes. Suffocating defense, making things really hard on Davidson Davie. And again, just because they're underneath the basket of the Hurricanes doesn't mean it's going to be an easy one.
9:37 left. Clean up some moisture.
And Braswell doing double duty here.
Storm will have the ball. KT Tatum will come in. They get it in play right before the 5-second count. Wilkerson with 8, 7, 5. Tatum spins, puts up the shot, looking for the foul, and he gets the foul.
Wow. Yeah.
Christian Hodges.
He tried to claim it, but I think they put it on Nehemiah.
And Coach Bagwell's petitioning for the foul. Christian Hodges also.
Yeah, Hodges raised his hand, said, "I'll take the charge." The judge wasn't trying to hear it.
Tatum makes the first. 70-69. 9:26 left. Just joining us, the first half ended on a Storm 10-2 run. It's been all Hurricanes in an opening 10:35.
Oh,
Isaiah Smith, turnaround, 15-footer, right in the hands of Lowry.
he had Knotts wide open for 3, but the ball got stuck in his hands and he couldn't dish it out to him.
Wilkerson. Over to Howard. Looking inside, nothing there. Back out to KT Tatum.
Watching Hodges against Tangiora down low.
And Braswell with the reach and the foul.
We talked about the Hurricanes and their foul trouble, PD, again. Torrey Brown is out with 5, Nehemiah 4. Jade Braswell now with his 3rd.
So Nigel Howard out of Sterling, Virginia, 6'6" sophomore. Makes the first.
Again, for the Storm, PD, they're staying out of foul trouble largely with the exception of Dane Stewart. He's got 4. Nobody else on the Storm has more than 2.
Hurricanes just getting beat off the ball and having to foul. Isaiah Smith with the rebound. Gives it off to Braswell. Braswell's picked up immediately by Tatum. Gets around Tatum. Driving, steps back, long 2 off the iron. Lowerly with the rebound. Sprinting, is stabbed out. Nearly saved.
Good hustle by Braswell, PD, that time to come back and knock the ball right out of the hands of Lowry. This game in and of itself, though, PD, I think it's somewhat of a litmus test to see exactly where the Hurricanes are, where they stand. I mean, I know that Davidson Davie at this point in the season aren't what we're used to them being because they have such a young roster, but this is still the same head coach that has masterminded so many championships and so many tournament appearances.
Lowerly with a 3, and it's
oh, my goodness.
Donovan and Chet with the foul.
Well, first of all, I can understand the frustration there because the official literally waited for the ball to hit the ground. It was tipped in the air. It looked like a clean block by Majette. And then the ball hits the ground, and then the official blows the whistle.
What was the whistle, stuck?
I'm not sure, but either way, nobody wearing Louisburg white and blue likes it at all. Now you're going to get 3 free throws from Lowry.
Lowry, 56% free throw shooter prior to today's game with 25 attempts.
We do go and say it, though. We always do say, it's a cardinal sin of basketball. Don't foul the three-point shooter.
(73-70) three-point game, Davidson Davie. Knox looking for someone to move. No one's moving. Braswell for 3. Cash money and records, baby. Tied at 73. With just 8 minutes to go.
Anybody's game right now.
Turnover. Nehemiah McDonald steps right into passing lane, and Tangiores, he was looking to feed Lowerly.
And also Majette got a piece of it, too, to deflect that pass.
Smith over to Braswell. Back out. 13 on the shot clock.
Oh. Just lack of concentration that time by Knotts. Couldn't handle the basketball. Trickles out of bounds, and Hurricanes lose a golden opportunity.
Media timeout, 7:30 left. Knotted at 73 will return.
Enjoying the game? You can help keep Hurricanes broadcasts free for everyone by making a quick gift to Louisburg College Athletics. Just scan the QR code on your screen. Every donation makes a difference.
Welcome to Hilton North Raleigh Midtown, where comfort meets convenience. Located just minutes from downtown Raleigh, our hotel offers a perfect blend of style, sophistication, and southern hospitality. Relax in our modern guest rooms, indulge in exceptional dining, or host your next event in our versatile meeting spaces. Whether you're here for business or leisure, our amenities and attentive service ensure a seamless stay. Book your stay today at hilton.com/North Raleigh Midtown and experience the best of Raleigh in style. Discover the joy of handcrafted perfection at Lumpy's Ice Cream. Each scoop is made with the finest, freshest ingredients, bringing you flavors that are bold, rich, and unforgettable. From classic favorites to unique creations, every bite is a celebration of quality and care. Whether you're treating yourself or creating memories with loved ones, Lumpy's is
College athletics depends on fans like you to keep these broadcasts free and accessible. Your donation helps us support student athletes and continue streaming every game for the entire Hurricanes community. Scan the QR code on your screen to give today, and thank you for keeping Hurricane sports free for everyone.
Welcome back inside the Roger G. Taylor Arena. Knotted at 73 with 7:30 left. Hurricanes with a turnover. Back to the Storm. Storm looking inside. Nothing was there. Howard with a big 3. Leaping and coming out with the rebound was Lowerly. Over to Wilkerson for three. In and out, and Howard follows through with a two-handed slam.
Just unlucky there for the Hurricanes. You gave up 3 chances to the Storm. Can't box out, can't grab the rebound, and now you don't have the lead.
Smith out to Majette for three. In and out. Big rebound by Howard. Tatum sprinting in the front court. Switches with Wilkerson. Over to Howard. Finds Lowerly. Straight to the cup and slams it home. 2 straight dunks and a 4-point lead. Storm's way.
16 for Lowry now, and again you hear the bench of Davidson Davie wolfing it up.
And Braswell. Correction, that was Smith for three.
That's one way to quiet the bench over there. Isaiah Smith, 22 points in the game.
Wilkerson. To Tangiora. Backdoor was Howard, nothing there. And we got a jump ball.
And it's Hurricane basketball. Great defense that time by
Nehemiah
Braswell.
McDonald.
And Braswell.
Nehemiah was scared when the whistle blew with 3 fouls.
4, I believe. I think he does have 4 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, either way, he's in foul trouble, PD. And yeah, he looked around. He's like, "What did I do? Oh, jump ball. It's all good. It's all gravy."
Knox. Back out to Smith. Over to Braswell, looking inside. Nothing was there.
Wide open.
Hodges on that corner. Hodges taking baseline on. Back out. Swimming around the corner. 3, no. And big rebound by Tangiora. He loses it, fighting for it and coming out with it. The Storm. No one wants the ball, but Howard clears it out.
Hurricanes were all over him, got everything but the basketball.
Corner, Tatum. And falls right in the hands of Robbie Knox.
Not the greatest shot selection that time by Davidson Davie. Neither Tangiora nor Howard were underneath.
We got a blocking foul on Tatum. And Braswell. He'll be shooting 2. 1-point game. Hurricanes erased an 8-point halftime deficit. They're down 47-39 after the first 20 minutes.
They fought all the way back, took a 1-point lead temporarily. And now again, we said it, I said it with about 8 and some change. It's anybody's ball game here with Hurricanes at the line for 2 with a chance to take the lead.
So this 8-minute mark, we're tied at 73. We're back tied at 77. 2 walking sticks, 4 walking sticks. With 5:16 left. Torrey Brown fouled out with 12 minutes to go for the Hurricanes in this contest. Braswell gives the Hurricanes the lead.
Braswell 5 of 5 from the line, PD. Very important free throws. Again, Hurricanes wouldn't be in this game without him.
Howard drives, high kiss off the window, gets around Hodges. Back to a 1-point lead, Davidson Davie.
Now that law firm of Howard and Tangiora, 34 combined points. They have 17 apiece.
Knox over to Smith, off the elbow, short. Majette with a rebound, 8-footer's good. Hurricanes fighting back, up by 1 with 4:42 left. Majette.
Mouse in the house here. You got Knox against Howard.
Wilkerson picks up the dribble, backdoor to Howard, and he runs one up. And we got a 1-point advantage. Davidson Davie with a 1-point lead. We got a timeout. Davidson Davie as Matt Ridge is, he can't be mad at what he's seeing. A lot of ball movement for Davidson Davie to find the right opportunity. They're working the ball inside, and that's where they need to go for to get Hurricanes in foul trouble.
Yeah, and I think this timeout is strictly for Matt Ridge to be able, and Josh Allen to be able to coach up this defensive possession, because the Hurricanes really they can beat you from the inside or from the outside, and I think right now the hot hands for the Hurricanes are Braswell and Smith, And I think they're going to try to drop something to get the ball out of their hands and into the hands of someone less desirable for Louisburg.
Coach Bagwell inside the huddle with the Hurricanes. See Nehemiah McDonald and right behind Coach Bagwell, just thinking of the play, looking right at the two guards, Braswell and Smith for the Hurricanes, down by 1 with just 4:27 left. This game is far from over from Louisburg.
Yeah, and I can tell you right now, Coach Bagwell in the huddle probably talking about ball tempo and ball integrity, moving the ball, taking good shots, and being smart in this situation. You're 4 minutes and 27 seconds away from getting your 7th victory of the season or your 5th loss. But it all depends on how you perform and how you execute in this last 4.5 minutes.
Isaiah Smith will bring it in for the Hurricanes. Hands it off to Braswell. Drop it back in a man-to-man defense. You can hear the bench in the storm. Braswell over to Hodges. Majette had Howard beat.
Knox is open.
Knox for 3 and it's blocked. Nice block by Stewart. Tatum hands it off to Stewart. He gets a kiss off the window, doesn't fall. And Stewart gets the rebound and intercepted by Donovan Majette.
Got to attack against Dane Stewart now. He's got 4 fouls. Got to find Stewart. It's Knox over there against him.
Majette step back 3 and it's good. Donovan Majette tonight from the perimeter with 2 threes.
What confidence to take that shot in that situation in that moment.
Backdoor, Stewart with a little kiss off the window with a double clutch. We're tied at 83.
It's really incredible, impressive athleticism that time by Dane Stewart.
Knox to Hodges. Over to Smith. 16 on the shot clock. 3:05 on the game. Braswell calls off. 5 on the shot clock. Majette, 3. Puts it on the floor, mid-range. Overshoots the goal and a shot clock violation for the Hurricanes.
Good defensive possession by Davidson Davie. Hurricanes moved the ball around pretty well, just couldn't get the shot they wanted. And now they've got to find a way to defend here. You're under 3 minutes left, and this game is still tied. We're right back to where we started.
Nehemiah McDonald checks in for Hodges. Tatum brings it up with Braswell. Lobs it. And we have a foul.
Stepped out of bounds.
Oh, stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, Tangiora. The pass was a little too long for Tangiora, and I think also the presence of a help defender made things tough that time.
Majette hands it back off. They'll bring it slowly up. Smith.
You got Majette
Guarded tightly by Tatum. Drives, high, kiss off the window. Tangiora with the rebound, hands off to Howard.
Yeah,
Tatum weaves through the defense.
It looks like the Hurricanes are going to try to man up here.
2 minutes left. Tangiora with the screen. Tatum kicks it. Stewart all alone. In and out.
That's
Big rebound for the Hurricanes.
That's a bullet dodge that time defensively. Now the Hurricanes with a chance to take the lead again under 2 minutes.
You slow it down. You can see Coach Bagwell directing the traffic from the towers. Air traffic control Bagwell. Take the best opportunity. 13 on the shot clock. Majette, guarded tightly by Wilkerson. Gets off, step back, flushes it home. Right on the baseline. 85-83, and that's 17 points for Majette.
Really good shot that time by Donovan, too. Again, dribble penetration, step back, fade away from the baseline. A thing of beauty from about 15 feet.
Tatum finds Wilkerson, closing out. Defense, 3 is good. And we got a timeout. Matt Ridge with a 1-point lead. 86-85 And Wilkerson, Donovan Majette did the best he could. If he would have went up, he would have fouled him.
Yeah, and again, also, I mean, you gotta give it up to Wilkerson to have the confidence to step back and take that 3 ball in that moment to put his team back ahead by a singleton.
With 1:12 left, Hurricanes down by 1. A lot of trust in Coach Matt Ridge and Coach Bagwell here to have Donovan Majette taking that 3 for the Hurricanes and Wilkerson for the Storm. Matt Ridge immediately calls a 30-second timeout as the ball went through the net. 86-85. Hurricanes come out with Knox, Majette, Smith, Braswell, and McDonald have their starters in for the final 1:12.
Super important right now for the Hurricanes to be patient and take a good shot.
Take the best shots, the higher percentage shot, try to draw the foul, and he does. Wilkerson with the foul, and Braswell will shoot 2.
Coming out of the scrum with your hands up like that is the ultimate giveaway that you committed the foul.
It's like you painted yourself hot red.
Yeah.
Braswell 6 for 6 tonight. Ties it at 86. 58.4 left. I tell you, Craig, talking about our Cardinal Family Dentistry player of the game, it's hard to give it to any particular player for the Hurricanes, but 7 for 7 for the line for Braswell and a 1-point lead Hurricanes way. It's hard not to give it to that young man.
Well, Braswell's been clutch here in the second half. I mean, he's got 14 in make that actually 18 here in the second half.
Lowerly is backdoor, but Howard was in the air. Cutting and Tangiora got away and was able to connect for 2. We got a 1-point lead.
Yeah. Still can't have those blown coverages to allow somebody like Tangiora to be wide open.
31 ticks left. Smith and Hodges straight up, and we got a whistle. And Hodges will shoot 2, and the foul's on
Howard. Yep. I wasn't sure if the whistle was coming that time, PD.
I know it was a delay whistle.
Absolutely. But you know what? You gotta. I mean, if you're Kristen Hodges here, you can't make 2 unless you make 1. You've got to knock this free throw down right here.
If
this
he
is
makes
the most
both,
important.
if I'd be Coach Bagwell, call a timeout. Makes the first. .25 ticks left, tied at 88. Both teams over their season average. Hodges makes both. Hurricanes with a 1-point lead with 23 seconds left.
No shot clock. This can be the final shot right here if you're Davidson Davie. Hurricanes have to man up here. Don't foul.
Wilkerson to Tangiora, driving, kiss off the window, and we have a whistle.
No, it's a basket and a timeout that time by Brian Bagwell.
Hurricanes get an opportunity right here, down by 1 with 11 seconds. You can't be mad at yourself. Great defense on Tangiora. He come in with a little momentum right off the gate as soon as he got the ball.
He put the body on him. I mean, Tangiora's been a physical player all game long, and he's not been doing it from the outside. It's no secret he wants to camp out and get down low and get the best percentage shot he possibly can. Now on the other side here, PD, if you're the Hurricanes, if I'm Coach Bagwell, I'm trotting out Majette, Braswell, Smith. I'm also bringing out Nehemiah McDonald, as well as Hodges. That would be my 5 right here with the 11 seconds left, and you've got to make this the last shot of the ball game here. You either win or you lose right here in these final 11 seconds.
You shoot with 1 second.
Yes.
Right now, you don't go down and shoot with 4. You don't shoot with 3. You shoot with 1. We saw Torrey Brown launch one up from the tee into Roger G. Taylor over there after the buzzer went off. So anything can happen right now. Hurricanes need to get the ball in, make the right decision. Right now, it's going through Braswell, Smith, or Majette for me.
Yeah, to your point about 1 second left on the clock, you don't really want to, you do want to allow yourself a chance for a tip-in if your first shot doesn't fall in. So perhaps even a better opportunity would be taking the shot with 5, allowing yourself to get in position for a rebound and a putback if you miss the first chance.
Either way, 11 seconds left.
Can't turn the basketball over. You have to get it in bounds.
90 to 89.
Number one thing here, if you're the Hurricanes, get the ball in bounds. You've got to go 94 feet.
Isaiah Smith will be able to run the baseline.
No one guarding the ball for Davidson Davie either. They're going to let him bring it in.
Braswell brings it up. Scissor dribbles on Wilkerson. Over to McDonald. Over to Braswell. Finds Smith with 2. Majette at the buzzer. No! And the Hurricanes fall by 1. They had to look. Majette couldn't connect. Great game from every player out here. 90 to 89 is your final score.
Yeah, Hurricanes, again, I don't know if that was the shot they wanted. It's the shot they got, and it was a makeable shot for Donovan Majette. And again, heartbreak here in Louisburg as the Hurricanes, take the loss, and Davidson Davie survives and advances on to their next matchup.
It's both teams played well. Hurricanes erased a 10-point deficit after in the final 3:44 of the first half. It was 37 to 37. Davidson Davie went on a 10-2 run in the half, and then the Hurricanes come out. They owned that second half there, Craig.
Yeah, on the Hurricanes, they outscored Davidson Davie by 7 in the second half, but unfortunately for them, they fell 1 point short of the comeback and the victory. But again, a hard-fought second half. I thought the Hurricanes made significant adjustments. I felt like they played a lot better in the second half, but unfortunately for them, again, just not enough. The shot by Majette from about 20 feet out, close, but no cigar, unfortunately, for the Hurricanes.
It's great defense by the Storm. You have to give it up to Coach Matt Ridge, drawing up defense. You do not want to foul on a shot like that. That's one way you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose by giving up 2 free throws. Yeah,
if you get beat on a perimeter jump shot, it is what it is, but you don't want to get beat on layups or anything that's self-made. So, they played pretty good defense there. Hurricanes tried to weave in and out, and unfortunately for them, again, the shot they got may not have been the shot they wanted, but it was a shot they took, and unfortunately that shot fell short.
As we leave you, Craig, it's, final box scores for tonight's game.
All right, let's look at the victorious Davidson Davie Storm here. They're going to move on to 6-4 in the season. They were led tonight. Again, we talked about it early on, the law firm of Tangiora and Nigel Howard. Tangiora, 21 points and the game-winning basket with about 11 seconds left. Nigel Howard followed up with 19. Jalen Wilkerson, he hit a big triple in this second half to put Davidson Davie up by 1. He finishes with 17. Canal Lowry, one of the best dunks I've seen all season long. 16 points in the game for him. 8 points for Dane Stewart. He was skating on 4 fouls for a hot minute. KT Tatum chipped in with 3. Evan Ingram with 2. And then for the Hurricanes, Petey, again, a tough, hard luck loss today for them. Isaiah Smith, 22 points for the Hurricanes. Jade Braswell, 18 in the second half, finishing with 21 on the game. Donovan Majette had a chance to win it at the horn for the Hurricanes and came up just a little bit short, 17 points for him. Nehemiah McDonald, underachieving on offense today for him, just 9 points on the day. Christian Hodges had 9. He played really strong. Also for the Hurricanes, Robbie Knotts with 5. Torrey Brown fouled out with 3 points. Cam Barnes, Julian Lavelle, each with 2.
All right, Craig. Next up for the Louisburg Hurricanes will be back home against Forsyth on January 8th. We'll have it right here on Louisburg Sports Network. As we leave you tonight, the only ceiling is the potential. The only ceiling to your potential is the one you create. A special thanks to Athletic Director Michael Holloman, Assistant Athletic Director Jason Rasnake, and the staff here at Louisburg College. Your final score, Louisburg Hurricanes 88, Davidson Davie 90. For my analyst Craig Green, camera operator Yvonne Thomas, to the wonderful crew here at High Level Media, this is PD.